streaking, there's probably nothing better. Like, when you put yourself in a good mode, like, because when you feeling bad, nothing really goes right. Sometimes, like, you even get into like this you even get into this like you get blinded. You get blinded by so many things that feel good in the moment that you don't even recognize that you're doing bad. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, OK? Everything is O. Stop your shit. I was gonna do this shit shirtless, yo. Yo, so I don't know about any. I know. Let's see. I'm gonna ask this question. Abroad, cause I know a lot of my peers. Will agree, and I know a lot of older men will agree. Maybe even women, but I'm a dude, so I speak from a dude's perspective. I don't remember much of my like mid-20s, like from like 21 to like 27. It's a little hazy. Like, I got it in bits and parts, but it's a little hazy. Like, I remember my 21st birthday. Like, all my friends remember my 21st birthday. I walked out of the bar Tropical in Long Island City. I walked out because I was pissed drunk. I drank Hennessy and Patron that night. And I said, I'm going to the bathroom. And I never made it back. I had braids. I was having a headache. I don't know what the fuck was up, yo. I walked my ass to the train station, but I didn't get on the train. Somehow, without fucking a map, without Dora, they found me, yo. No Blue's Clues. They found me, yo. They found me by the train station. I was ripping my braids out. I remember this story solely. You know, like later they said that we went to McDonald's, or I argued with the McDonald's guy. I think I broke my bed that night. They don't know how I ran down concrete stairs so fast without falling on my face. There's a big ass hornet by my window. I don't remember none of these things. It comes back to me faintly, but it's a story they told me that I remember. You know how many? Man, my ex-girlfriend told me that one night I was so drunk. There was a fan like on the floor, like you know, one of those standing fans that oscillate, and it had on the base. The design was circles. Like a whole bunch, like 3 circles in the base design. I was so drunk I didn't make it to the restroom. I peed in the circles, thinking it was like toilet bowl, I guess. She told me, she said, I had to clean your piss. You pissed all over the dog. Yo, I'm grateful to be alive. I said it in my song with Johnny, Bad Dreams, where I fucking drove down the one way. That's not the first time that and it's not even only drunk nights. I'm just completely talking between my 20s and like 27. I'm just completely talking a good 4 years, 5 years that I don't really have full recollection of. It comes to me in holes and beats, and I'm like, oh yeah, that shit happened. Yo, I see people sometimes in the streets, and they're like, yo, you don't remember that? And I'm like, nah, I don't know you. I don't know you. And it's not intentional. I think that, besides me smoking bud all the time, of course, but I think that probably the drugs that I did. Like, I was in a bad place in my life. For a good year, 2 years, and I would drink the table under the table. But that wouldn't erase my memory so much. I think it was the drugs. Some nights I would have nights to get like that, but I would refrain from getting obliterated like that because I think my friends did it before me, around me, or I was never in a position where I felt fully safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying drinking and driving is always bad, but like I'd rather be like 40% drunk and not be 80% drunk when I'm miles away from my house. That's all I'm saying. It's wrong either way. I know it sounds like a stupid thing to say. You shouldn't drive drunk. But I'm just saying I would rather not be that drunk if I was far away from my house. So it's like drinking, I never really got too much. But when I started doing like heavy drugs, when I got into Molly, and when I got into ecstasy, and I started mixing it with alcohol, my memory started to become very faded. I started to forget. I started to forget the nights that I had. I probably have to listen to music and then reference points and times and be like, oh yeah, I was gonna turn this whole room into a post-it of my brain, and just start at like year one right there of what I remember, and then just branch off, while putting my family members and all that shit, because they all play big roles. But I think that's the only way I'm gonna get a backtrack onto like what the fuck happened in my fucking 20s, yo. So much happened in my 20s. You know, I've lost family members. I lost friends. That's always attached to the story with death. But I remember being so fucking high one night. The train wasn't coming on Steinway, Queens. Train wasn't coming, so I walked from there to like the next train station, just because I was so impatient and I was drugged up. Like, yo, I used to go to strip clubs with the intention of wanting to see some ass and some titties. Be so high that I would get in there and I would immediately clam up. Not clam up in the sense like I never saw a bush before, but clam up in the sense where my intentions were now my eyes are on everything else except for what I came here for. Now I'm completely diverted. You know, I remember those nights in parts. But you know, I remember those nights in parts because my dumbass had many of those nights. I've had nights where I was so faded where my eye was closed, and I had to drive home with one eye open. This is me being brutally honest, so stop your shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't be brutally honest with the shit that you've done, then that's your choice. But hey, here the fuck you go. Like, yeah, this is just brutal honesty. Like, don't remember my mid-20s like that. Don't. It did. I appreciate them though, because now when I look back at it, I thank God that I don't have to, or whatever. I feel weird when I say I thank God. Isn't that weird? But I'm grateful for the fact I did it now, because I know I'm due for success. You know, I'm due for success. Whatever form, shape, color, texture it comes in, I'm due for success. So when I say I'm due, I mean because I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm working. I'm legitimately putting in work. So when you put in work, you get your earnings. Nobody can tell me different. You get your earnings when you put in work. There's a whole bunch of fighters. There's a whole bunch of athletes. There's a whole bunch of book writers. There's people that are directly next to me that I see them gain success because you put in at work, you gain your success. When you focus, you gain your success. But sometimes the things that you didn't experience, you want to dabble into. How many people at 30, 35, 40, when they become successful, get money in their life, now they start going to strip clubs. Now they start doing drugs. Now they start dabbling in things they shouldn't get into because they didn't experience it between their 20s and they don't know what it is to live that life. You know, I kind of say me and my stepbrother are same texture, different cloth. You know, because we didn't grow up directly together, but I do believe we have similar values, but the way we see things are totally different. You know, he's a school guy, I'm a street guy. You know, and being with the streets, he'll maneuver a lot better than I can around school and around people with probably in higher class situations. I'm not saying they're higher class. They just are placed in those situations or put themselves there. He could probably maneuver better. But probably put my brother in the streets. Man, put him in College Point. It ain't even a street or a hood. It's a point. Put him out here. Put him out here. You know, I'm grateful for the fact that I don't remember a lot of my 20s. Because I know that I can go ahead and find it. I can find it somewhere. But directly off the front, nah, I don't remember a lot of those times. I'm grateful for the fact I don't have to do it later, though. You know, when I'm successful and I know what it is to see a snake bitch. I know what it is to see a bad situation. I know what it is when there's a drug deal going down. Even now, people laugh at me because my spidey senses tingle. I know when the streets are calling. I've been maneuvering in the streets for so long. I know when the streets are calling now. Now I know when there's something going down around me. Like, oh shit, now there's something happening. And people may make fun of me for it, but I'm usually right. You know what I mean? I'm usually right. It's my intuition. It's because even though I have faded years, those years have a lot of value into my character and what has made me. You could probably put me in any hood in this tri-state and I'm fine. Absolutely fine. Can you say that about yourself? Can you say that you can go to any hood and be fine? And you can't say it's because your skin color. Stop. Stop. We live in New York. It's the fact of, can you maneuver? I can maneuver because of those faded years. Those faded years of where I put myself in those circumstances to be on drugs, to be moving in the streets, to be selling drugs, to be driving drunk, to be all the time high, to be... And not to say I wasn't motivated, but I was motivated on the absolute wrong thing that a person should be motivated on. Now I become focused. And I'll be motivated on things that I can't lack upon. You can always lack on going to the bar, going to a club, going to a strip club, seeing a girl. You can lack on that. You can't lack on life. So there's that crazy formula of not remembering those years of getting drunk and getting fucked up and chilling. And when I say I don't remember it, don't take it personal. I remember the good times. I remember all the house parties. I remember being in my ex relationships out. I remember the fights. I can write these things down. Don't get me twisted. I appreciate all the times. I appreciate them so much because I don't ever want to have to go through them again. I can't say that I won't take no drugs, but it's really gonna, I don't know, that's gonna be hard. No matter what, I'm thinking about the next day. I'm not the person that I was due to the fact that I went through it. I don't want to be 38 taking a drug and then wake up and I'm 39. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? I think that's the total wrong thing. Like, I don't want to do that. So now you get focused. Now I've done what I don't have to do later. It's already done. Checkbook. I've done this. I've done that. I've done this. And it's not to say that you have to mark things off your check, but I would feel more secure and more safe if the people that run the United States of America or run our states did things that went through real life shit, lived in the hood, you know what I mean, lived with a roach on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, had to be exposed to like an aunt or an uncle who was a drug addict. Like, I wish that people that run our states and that you had to be exposed to that, because the same situation as somebody who's successful. Somebody who had a hard story, who's a success story, they had to experience all those things, and that's why they know how to be disciplined to keep their success. That's why I appreciate my past. I don't remember much of it, but I appreciate it. Because it's what needed to be the success. You gotta appreciate your past. You have to go through it. You have to experience these things. Life ain't worth living if you ain't living it. Woo. Yo, it's your boy, okay? Everything is Yo, I'm like 3 for 3 on that shit, bitch. I'm out of here, y'all.